Hello, everybody. I am Joseph James, and you are welcome once again. And I want to encourage you to please like, subscribe, and share this video so that you can get more edifying messages from us. Once again, today I want to talk on a special topic which I titled Called Unto Holiness. Called unto Holiness. Today there is a major desire in the church, a major desire in the church, or a major requirement in the church. And what is that desire or requirement? It is a desire for revival. Everywhere you see people seeing the need that a revival needs to take place in the church. A revival as we have seen it in times of old when God moved mightily among his people. That is the desire of many Christians. As I'm talking to you today, it is no longer news that there are people that are leaving the church in droves today. More and more young people, they are no longer having interest in the things of God, in the fellowship of God. Our churches seems to be getting emptier and emptier by the day. Now, what is the cause of this? The cause of this is that revival is tarrying. But how can we make this so much desired revival take place in the church? Beloved, I want to let us know today that what brings revival in the church, or what brings revival among believers, is not basically much prayers, even though prayer is important, but it is not basically much prayers. What brings revival in the church is not basically much fastings that we sometimes subject ourselves to. Yes, that is needed, but that is not the basic need for revival. What brings revival in the church? Holiness. Holiness is what brings revival in the church. And beloved, our call as believer is first of all holiness before any other thing. Let me state this again. You are first of all called unto holiness before God called you into any other thing. Now, we all know that holiness is an act of God. It is God that makes us holy. God separates us. Holiness can be described as a separation unto God. God called us and he separated us to himself so that we will be a holy and a sanctified people unto him. The Bible says in 1 Peter chapter 2 verse 9, for you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, a holy nation. So God has called us so that we can become a holy nation, just like the children of Israel. They were a holy nation separated unto God. But remember, so many times the children of Israel fell out of the position of holiness that God called them into. So what does it mean? We can actually be placed by God in a place of holiness, but on our own, we get out of the place of holiness, just like the children of Israel. Let me cite this example. Something can be regarded as sacred, but what? Desecrated. A sacred thing, a consecrated thing can be what? Desecrated. That is how a Christian whom God has called unto holiness can get himself what? Desecrated. Now today you discover that when we are telling people in church that they should live a holy life, they should live a life that tends towards purity. When we tell people to pursue integrity, to pursue righteousness, some people begin to tell you that these are works. The work the Bible talks about is the work of following the Mosaic rules and laws. Let me read it from here. You will see it in Colossians chapter 2 verse 21, where Paul was specifically telling them the works they should not engage in. He said in Colossians 2 verse 20, he said, since you died with Christ to the basic principles of this world, why, as though you still belong to it, do you submit to its rules? Do not handle, do not taste, do not touch. These are all destined to perish with use because they are based on human commands and teaching. So the works that Moses was talking about, or the work that Paul was talking about, is the work of the Mosaic laws. These are the things we shouldn't engage in again. The laws of do not touch this, do not eat this, do not trim your beards, leave this. These are the ones. But the work of righteousness, the work of loving your neighbor as yourself, the work of giving for the work of the kingdom to move forward, the work of holding integrity as a lifestyle, the work of being true in your place of work, the work of following through in the things of God, in the work of God, integrity, righteousness, uprightness. These are not the work that the Bible speaks against. In fact, as a Christian, this should be our identity. Do you remember the time David sinned against God? In the book of, you will find that in the book of 2 Samuel chapter 12 verse 14. When David sinned against God, the Bible says, how be it because of this deed, thou hast given great occasion to the enemies of the Lord to blaspheme. David sinned against God. By his sin, he did not only affect himself, but David also affected the name of God. Do you know that when we don't live uprightly, when we don't take integrity, when we don't live righteously, we see all these things as works or as works, so we now freely lie. Today, Christians freely lie without restraint. You see Christians dress so indecently, and people are already talking ill about the faith as if this is our lifestyle. People are losing confidence in the faith. The reason why many persons are getting discouraged with Christianity today, apart from other reasons, but one major reason is because they have seen a lot of unethical behavior emanating from people that call themselves Christians. When they see you as a Christian telling lies, when they see you as a Christian living unrighteously, when they see you as a Christian, you dress so indecently, all your body is exposed, they get discouraged. People are leaving the faith and they are joining other faiths. We have to wake up. Holiness is the key to revival. I will read some scriptures in case some of us we are still doubting. Acts chapter 24 verse 16. Acts 24 verse 16. Let me read this. It says, and herein do I exercise myself to have always a conscience void of offense towards God and towards men. This is Paul speaking. That he exercised himself so that he will not have what? A heart of offense towards God and towards men. Christians, we are called to live such an upright life that when men see us, they will not have an occasion to ridicule the faith, and God himself will not be disappointed in us. I want to summarize with this. How is your Christian life? Do you think that Christianity is all about prayer? It's all about fasting? It's all about going to church, doing one work in the house of God? Where is the place of love in your life? Where is the place of decency? Where is the place of ethical behavior in your place of work? Where is the place of sound character in your neighborhood, in your compound? Do you still quarrel and fight? Do you still steal from government coffers, from money given to you? Do you still go about naked and in the church people are lost in? These things will cause revival to tarry. And I want to encourage even men of God. We have to go back to this basic teaching if we want the fire of God to fall once again in the house of God. I pray that the Lord Almighty will help us and take us back to the place where we missed it in the name of Jesus. I am Joseph James. Thanks for listening, and please don't forget to share, subscribe, and to like. Bye for now.